Yeah, yeah, boy. Let's get it. Let's
What do you
get it.
what do you want to talk about, dude?
Shit, man. I don't know, man. I mean, well, we got to do the Oscars. Let's just do a recap. Let's fast recap of the Oscars.
Yeah,
Um,
what do you feel? I mean, what was it like? And for me, see, I was in Australia at the time. I had a hard time finding like being able to watch it live.
yeah.
Did
Well,
you watch it live?
no, because it was live, and then the next day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pirate it. And I went on all the torrent sites and there was nothing. There was nothing. It took me like an hour to figure out how to get it, but then I found some sketchy website and you could download it.
Right.
So I downloaded it, watched it. It was like I skipped all the bullshit they have, like all the skits and everything. I was like, oh whatever.
Me
I just
too.
went I just went straight for the awards and stuff. It was kind of boring, bro, to be honest. No surprises, except Timothy.
You mean with the awards?
With the awards, I feel like
Oh,
it was like nothing like you could like, oh, that guy. I expected every award to go like they did basically, except the
mm,
best actor. I was like,
really?
damn, Timothy.
You thought Timothy
Timothy,
was gonna get it?
well, he was like he got the Golden Globes, he got all the other
I mean,
awards, you
listen,
know what I'm saying?
I thought he was phenomenal in that movie.
Yes, he
But
was.
but did you not see the controversy
Yeah, I heard.
here?
Yeah, it was all over the website.
Is that do you think that had anything to do with him losing?
It's weird. It's like when do they do the ballots? Do they like because you when you vote, it's not like you vote the day before the Oscars. I feel like. I feel
Exactly.
like most people
I was
voted.
wondering this too. So like as much as it seems like backlash, I'm not so sure. I wonder if they're like, it's just not his time yet. You know what I mean? Like Golden Globes doesn't usually mean you're gonna get that Oscar. Because look at Leo,
Yeah.
right? Leo didn't get an Oscar until way down the line, you
Wait,
know?
even the director, look how long he took. He was
I
nominated like
know.
10 times before he
I
won.
know, totally. But it was an upset for me too. I'm not upset. Like I knew somehow, like I well, not knew, but like I suspected he wouldn't get it. I didn't suspect Michael B. Jordan would though, you know. I like
Yeah.
Sinners. I like Sinners a lot, but it makes me feel like we need to revisit, you know, you ever seen The Parent Trap with Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan?
Yeah, it's a while back, definitely.
She's
Yeah.
also does an amazing job acting as a twin. Like, do we need to,
Yeah.
should we reverse, like give her an Oscar retrospectively? Because,
Yeah.
if that's what I think Sinners was great, but was that the best actor performance? For me, actually,
I,
you know who I put on my I had a little ballot, checking
okay.
who I thought would win.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it, yeah.
Yeah, I
Thought it was
liked it. I
lovely. I
liked
did too.
it
Thought it
was
was lovely,
it,
from
for
it's
like
it
one location almost the whole movie, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and that director, all of his movies are so different, I think
Yeah.
it's really impressive. You'd never imagine it's the same person who's doing, the Before trilogy, but also like School of Rock,
School of
like
Rock.
so I just thought this was a really interesting addition to
His cinematography.
his cinematography. I think I really liked it.
Yes.
But I mean, what else? What did you think? I mean, it sounds like you had it all. You thought everything else
Well,
was pretty. I actually thought there were a few surprises in there, but
well,
you
okay.
love
Give me your surprises.
well,
Give me your
here's something we're
surprises.
gonna disagree on.
Okay.
Weapons.
Well, see, I
I
don't
think
know.
she's hardly in the movie. I don't know if that's a she's great, sure. But I think she's also, if we add up her screen time, what is it? 15 minutes?
15 minutes. Yeah.
Something, I just made that up. I have no idea, but like
It's
it's
it's probably around that time.
to
Yeah.
me, I'm a little like, I mean, sure, great job. But it was a hard, it was a good year. It was a good year in that category. So I mean, but I saw you were really excited about that. You told me. So
Well, no, I was just kind of because I remember you told me you didn't like the villain. You know what I'm saying? So I
oh,
was
well,
like,
I don't like when it's like, oh, guess what? It's a witch movie in the end.
so which
I thought it was a great premise that turned into I don't know, a bit of a letdown with that. For me
yeah,
personally, even though I think she did a great job and it's a great character, It's one of those very
yeah,
memorable people will be dressing up like her for Halloween till the end of time,
till
probably.
the end of time. Yeah.
It made an impact. And maybe that alone is why it deserves an Oscar. I mean,
I was happy for the movie,
Amy
but
Madigan.
definitely the supporting actress, man. Have you seen Sentimental Value? Because I watched all of them.
Yeah, yeah, me
And
too.
what do you think of that movie?
I thought it was beautiful. Thought it was really well shot. I saw it in a very small cinema, very small screen. I really like these intimate stories, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why. What do you think?
I felt like the supporting actors should have went there, bro, because like the acting in that movie, especially the sister, and
Wait,
I
which
feel
ones?
like
What they were both nominated, right? So what do
they
you
were
mean? You
the
mean
the the one with the black hair. I
it could
feel
have
like
been a
she's a more of
tie,
a supporting role. I feel
Renard
like
or Inga?
she had less screen time. She's more appropriate for the category. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because
Uh-huh.
the one with the black hair, and I just felt the acting was incredible. Remember the beginning scene when she's getting on stage and she can't get on stage and she just runs back and she's
Yes,
like,
yes.
yeah, that was awesome. I was like, damn, what's going on here, man? I was like,
No, she is an interesting character. You're right. I mean,
but
yeah,
I was
that.
gonna go for her sister, the one with
Uh,
the black hair, especially that
yeah.
scene when she tries to convince her to go to back to her father's movie. I was like, and she starts crying and all that. I'm like, damn, bro. Because, and I also, I hear this a lot. I saw a Matt Damon interview, and he was saying like he hates the whole award season, especially the Oscars, because apparently you have to campaign for your
Yes,
movie,
totally.
and that
Well, I
doesn't
think
make
that's.
sense, right?
I mean, yeah, it's just the way of the beast, unfortunately. I think that's also like that's why we've seen so much of Timothy Chalamet and probably what bit him in the ass. Like we almost got tired of seeing him, maybe.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you definitely have to. Not we, I mean the voters.
The voters.
I
Aren't you supposed to
personally,
pick the best performance no matter who campaigns? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look back at the history of the wins, Shakespeare in Love and Crash, or some of these, or
Crash
even
was amazing.
I look,
Crash was amazing.
I'm a Crash apologist as well. I love Crash,
I
but
love
what about
Crash.
like the Green Book? Even now, people are really upset about one battle after another. They do not like that as a winner. A lot of people are upset about, the
Yeah, I saw
storyline
that a lot.
itself. There's,
Yeah, I saw that.
so it's going to be another controversial film. Which one
Yeah,
was
but I
funny
was
to me about it, not funny
yeah,
per se, but it didn't even make back its budget, right? Like this is considered an unsuccessful film and
unsuccessful
now
film.
the best picture of the year. So I get
Yeah,
it. That alone, what are you trying to say as to the to the Academy? I love Paul Thomas Anderson. You know,
yeah, I love that guy. He's
it's not,
the
but
oil,
I
like
don't
There
even
Will Be
think it's his
Blood.
best. Oh yeah, I don't. That's what I mean. I don't even think this is his best movie.
No, no.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie, maybe even. Um, but I was worried all along at the attitudes around it. This is why I suspected it would never win. I thought Sinners was going to take it. I thought the politics around one bad after another would disqualify it because it's way too involved in current, because also and all of it I think gives the wrong idea. Imagine if you're depending on what your politics watching this movie, it enhances a lot of bad stereotypes, I think in both directions, probably. I imagine some people I know who are like very who believe like Antifa is out there plotting and doing, things in society. This just enhances that in their minds. This is going to tell them, oh yeah, look, Antifa is out there plotting, da da da, against the government. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah,
kind of stuff already, I was like, because I don't think that's happening, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so so already that was like I feel, even though I think it's a hilarious plot line, and I don't think because it's more based on this the story from the 70s they tried to bring
Yeah,
into today. It's like when there actually were these kind of revolutionaries or even anarchists, types.
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
if today's narrative, I find it a bit I think it's a bit messy. So I just never expected it because of that narrative. I never expected it to win. I feel like the Academy usually plays it safe, like with why not Brokeback Mountain? Why not, some of these things that we look back on like, oh, that seems like the obvious pick for the year. To me, even though I'm not again, I think Sinners is great. I suspected Sinners would go to it, would get the big award for
we'll get the big
mostly for
one.
that reason. And it got many others. So obviously, you know, get where it's due. But I find it interesting that that's the Paul Thomas Anderson movie that gets the best picture
I guess the best pick.
because it could have been any of the others.
Could have been the other. I felt like completely what you said, but I felt like it was just it had to happen. Like with the whole ICE thing and immigrants, I feel like no, wait, it's gonna win. It's gonna win. It's just like because I saw Martin Scorsese. I don't know if you saw his thing. He was presenting some award, before the Oscars, and he had this whole thing about there's not one movie that captures today's society in such a perfect
Mm,
like way that one battle and he just gave this whole like speech about it. And I'm like, nah, it's gonna win. It's gonna win. It's gonna win. Even if the movie is not, even if the movie was worse, I feel like it's still gonna win. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? But I
I
feel
mean,
like also it's he
mm,
deserved it. I feel like
totally,
when are you gonna give it to him? You know,
totally. I mean, there's things
when are you
about
gonna?
it. I mean, I like again, I'm only looking at it through the lens of like I said, I knew it would be interpreted poorly. And even still, the people that misunderstand even now they're like, oh, it seems like they dislike the female characters and think that I was like, it's okay to dislike them. No one's
Yeah,
suggesting. Same with Leo. No one's suggesting these are heroes or good people. In fact, and they keep which annoys me because there is actually a really strong black female person in the cast that does good things.
yeah,
It's just not Tiana Taylor. It's
yeah. And she was great. Caught her.
Regina
I remember
Hall,
that.
Regina Hall,
Gina Hall.
exactly right.
Gina Hall.
Regina
Yeah,
Hall's story is tragic because she's doing the right
yeah,
thing, and then in the end gets captured. But everyone's focusing on the Tiana Taylor character, is like, oh, what a poorly written character, and da da da. And I'm like, that she's meant to be problematic. Obviously, this is obviously a problematic character. So is Leo.
yeah.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
No, I can't hear it.
Oh
Don't
really?
worry. No.
So is Leo. These are not people you're supposed
Yeah,
to look up to as like hero types. In fact, I think the heroes in the story are the Benicio del Toro, Regina
yeah,
Hall, even his daughter. These are the strong hitters that know what's going, that are following a moral compass over Leo's character. Clearly liked to blow stuff up and liked girls. He said in the beginning of the movie, "This is why do you think I'm doing this?"
yeah.
That's why he joined the revolution. John Taylor's character also in it for some different reasons up to
Different
interpretation
reasons.
yourself. But no one's suggesting that's like, oh, this is where we're supposed to view, I don't know, are we supposed to say, oh, this is what stoners are, or this is what black women are? I think it's a crazy argument. But so
That's a
I
great.
think it's a great movie, but people are for some reason, taking that. But I was worried about those interpretations, and I was worried about the
Yeah,
interpretation of like, oh, someone's gonna watch this and say, look, oh, see, look at Antifa, they're even, blah 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 blah. So
yeah,
I was like, some problems in here, even though I think fantastic movie, probably the best movie of the year.
yeah. That's a great point, actually. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. That's a great point. And I would give Regina Hall the best supporting actress, to be honest.
Totally. I said that she was great. There's a moment, just a single tear falls down her cheek.
Yes,
The moment, I mean, my
yes.
theater went silent when the beeping, beep, 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 the beepers come out in the school bathroom. Regina Hall comes around the corner. I was like, ooh, you know, she nailed it the whole
Yes.
way through. And it's tragic. It's a tragedy for these characters of that older generation. The hope is in the next one in theory. But
Hope
again,
is
it
it.
ends with the younger generation being like, hey, okay, let's go do it, let's go mess
Yeah,
up. Let's go get involved with let's go get in the way of government operations, right? So to me, I was like,
yeah.
I don't, I don't know. I was worried about that both those narratives, how they were going to be perceived. But maybe
Okay.
that's what makes a great movie if you're still talking about it, I suppose.
And just I love the music, like Paul Thomas Anderson music
I know,
is
dude.
just incredible, man. You know, I feel like he should have won the uh what do you call them? He should. Oh yeah, look at the doggy,
Sorry, dude.
doggy. No problem, man. Yeah,
He's
so good
he's barking
doggy.
at me. He's been sick lately.
Oh, oh, poor dog. Boy, we're gonna get a million views now.
Say hi, Pete.
Ooh, look at you, Pedro. How are you, buddy? How are you, bro? Damn, man. You take care of that dog. Hella, man.
Yeah, man,
He's
I'm
been
trying. He's 19 years old. He'll be
Jesus.
20 in October if he makes it to October.
Yeah, well, let's do it, bro. He's
God
gonna
willing.
make it. He's gonna make it.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
What were you
Yes.
saying?
Oh, I was just saying, I was just saying the music. The music for one battle
Right.
after another. Oh my God, bro. And it's just like, you know, that like just the atmosphere. I remember like just some scenes and the music swelling up and I was
Well, the one that
like I
really, the car in the end, dum, dum,
yeah,
dum, dum, and you're just doing that, beautiful,
yeah,
amazing. I think you can't like you're in a theater, and you're sitting in a seat, and yet you're like you're
yeah,
doing this. You're trying to like see
yeah.
over the next hill.
See over
It's
the
an
top,
amazing
man.
idea, Very, you just that's what I said. It's so clearly the best picture of the year,
Best picture of the year,
but
yes.
I never suspect they would win.
No, this is gonna win. The technical awards went to Frankenstein. I didn't like the movie, man.
Me either, dude.
I didn't
Me
like the
either.
movie.
Me either. I wanted to. I planned to, what I mean? I came in with an
Yeah,
open mind. I was pretty
yeah.
excited about it.
Everybody loved the movie, bro. And I was just thinking, I don't know, man. It's never hit me. Never hit me, man. They won all the technical awards.
I think it deserved. I think it won production design, right?
They won costume,
Costume.
production design,
I
makeup.
don't know. I think I agree with most of those, even though I didn't like the movie. What do you think should have won instead?
Yeah, you're right. I saw that. I saw like one of the what do you call nominees was a Norwegian movie, My
Mm,
Ugly Stepsister,
right.
and I downloaded that, and that shit, because they were doing like plastic surgery. There's a scene of plastic surgery, and you literally see like it's like set in 1800s or some shit. Like Cinderella. It's a Cinderella story, but more of a horror take on it.
Uh,
And this guy was like, he was taking a thing and he was poking, he was putting eyelashes, like fake eyelashes on this girl. And he was doing the needle. And bro, that needle came so close to the eye. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I was watching like this, bro. I was watching like this. I was like, is this real, bro? So that's the only one. But I actually agree. If you think about it, what other movie
that's
are
a
you gonna give it
feature?
to? It's a feature film. Yeah, My Ugly Stepsister. It's an interesting movie. It's a low budget movie, Norwegian, but there was some certain effects that they had, especially with the makeup and all that shit. I was like,
So you think
damn, bro.
so that was a bit of competition in your mind with
Just
Frankenstein.
that one movie
Just that
for
one,
that one
yeah.
award.
Like I agree. The movie didn't do a lot for me, but I compare the nominees at least where it was inventive and where it was, like fun and interesting. We're in its costumes, we're in its production design. So like I get it. I do wonder if there's probably something overlooked out there, like you said, that's not even in the nominee list. Somebody who really took a swing out there probably this year, but I don't know what it is. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the thing. What about Best Actress? Who would you give it to?
Oh, did you see If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You?
Yes, I'm the one that told you to see it, motherfucker.
That's right. Oh,
Yes,
for me, it's Rose Byrne, man. I
yes,
think it's Rose. I
yes.
was actually like, again, maybe it's one of those instances where they're like, not yet, not yet, Lassie. You
Rosie
gotta wait.
Byrne is old as fuck. What do you mean not yet? She's even older than Jesse
It's not.
Bucket or
I
whatever.
don't mean age. I mean like not because they haven't paid their dues.
Oh, she paid her dues.
In
She's so
in
many movies. Remember Sunshine? That movie?
she's in Sunshine. I don't even remember that.
Yes. Oh my God, bro.
I mean, but in that nominee, yeah, I think for me that yeah, she was the best this year.
It was the
I think
best
that
this
was a
year.
great, incredible role, incredible performance.
Yeah.
You
And
agree or who?
also, I would definitely give Rose a bird. I would give Rose a bird because I didn't like how because the thing that pissed me off in Hamnet was there was this one scene when she was crying and the camera was just on her and she kept crying and like screaming "Ah!"
Dude,
and the camera was just
I have
I'm
a
like
couple
God,
of issues with
God,
Hamnet actually.
God,
Yeah.
God, why you keep doing it so awkward? It's just like,
Well,
oh my God.
even for me, it Hamnet upset me right from the get-go. And I know these are nitpicky things, but like, this director, what's her name? Chloe Zhao.
She did No Man Land, that the one that won Best Picture. I
Right.
hated that movie. I hated that movie,
I didn't
bro.
like No Man Land either. But here's why, right? But No Man Land's meant this is my exactly my point I'm getting to.
Uh,
No Man Land was shot like a bit sort of like documentary style. They want to make it feel real, make it feel like, I don't know, bit shaky cam, bit like
yeah,
but that to me always lets you know a camera is there, right? Like I'm constantly aware when you rack focus in the middle of a shot and then back up again. When you're deciding your shot within the frame, because you can tell, like maybe I mean I'm sure she storyboards. You can also tell there's a lot of wandering camera happening here. Like
yeah,
oh let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
and that leads to me to not suit a story like Hamnet. Right from the get-go, she's like, and she has the hawk, the lead, this the
Yeah,
Jessica Buck
Jesse Buckley. You're right.
Jesse
Jesse
Buckley's
Buckley.
character, the camera, you can tell it's all happening in the moment. The camera kind of tilts down, focuses on the hawk, tilts back up, focuses on her. I'm just aware. I'm like, yeah, there's a camera right in front of her. You're standing. You know what I mean? It takes me out of
It
this element of
takes
it
it.
being a period piece, of like
Yes.
that like we're just actually observing something. Similarly, like the camera would kind of just be steady, and the character will walk right into it and stop
Yeah.
right where like you could tell they plotted it to be, and it just some things like that for me, I was very much, I'm sorry to say, against her winning Best Director.
Oh, definitely.
I was like, I
Hmm.
can't see that for me. I think there's some really great performances in there, but it also was, yeah, I don't know. I took issue with that pretty much immediately. Like I said, that's the first scene, and I was like, And it's no, it's all a style thing. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong here, but for me
Yeah,
personally,
yeah,
I like when, you can tell a director has a distinct direction. I'm trying
yes,
to, a real distinct story they're trying to show you. And I think there's obviously some stuff there, but also there's some finding it out in the moment, which again, I think there's place for. But when it's
yeah.
period piece like this, I don't know, it felt like, I was too aware of the camera the whole
Two of them
movie.
were in the camera.
For
Yeah, and
sure.
it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. Remember that Green Knight movie
You don't like
where
The
it
Green
was?
Knight?
No, I love the Green Knight.
Oh,
I
that's
love the
saying.
Green Knight. I love the Green Knight. But that's what I liked about this one is that a little bit of like a little witchy, like a little
Mm.
ethereal.
Hmm.
But in the end, I don't know. It's not like I hated it.
No, me either. I'm not suggest I mean, I
Steven
think,
Spielberg produced it.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And
he
like
was
I
the main
said, I
guy.
think there's, um, you know, I'd like to see, I just think it suits a different kind of style. Like even though I didn't like Nomadland, her style
Oh, I
suit,
hated that movie. Hated
I
that movie.
wasn't a fan either. Her style suited that movie though. And I guess, I don't know. People love Hamnet and I think there's great performances in there, but I'm also a big kind of Shakespeare nerd. And there's a few things in there that just disappointed me.
Train Dreams. Did you watch Train Dreams?
Ooh, Train Dreams.
You
I
liked
think
it?
I think it might have had the best. I mean, I thought it was really
Cinematography?
pretty. Yeah, I think it was really pretty. And I don't know. I kept finding myself being like, "Oh wow," like that's nice to look at. And
Yeah.
I don't know what won best cinematography.
Best cinematography, Sinners. Sinners.
Sinners. Okay, actually, you know
Sinners.
what? It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you what the nomination were Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another. I would give it to Marty Supreme, bro.
Really.
Cinematography was amazing. Like just everything in that,
I
like
mean, it was
even the
great. Yeah.
costume design too. If you think about it,
No, that was yeah, I think that was right there for me as well. I think the costume design was great. Also the production design because they really turned, parts of New York back in time. Plus just a lot of those it's a lot of their set design. I saw the build from that little where they go in and they con all those guys in the little ping
yeah,
pong store. They kind
yeah,
of built that from scratch almost, but it was a real location, real actual building. So I don't know, there's some really cool. I agree that, that was right under. It was I don't know. It's hard to pick, right? Like for realism or like inventiveness. I don't know. Like that was kind of what was
yeah,
between because in the realism aspect, yeah, Marty Supreme felt very like again, that's take like how Handmaid took me out of the I couldn't believe it was a period piece.
yeah.
Marius Prem, I was in it. Like, oh yeah, every
Yeah.
aspect you guys have done
I
the
mean,
right thing.
I
That
like
doesn't
how it
stand out.
looked. Did you like anything else about Train Dreams?
Mm, hard to
Bro, it
say.
was depressing. It was
Yeah, but they,
depressing. It
a
was
lot
like,
of
what's
them
the
were.
point?
So was Hamnet. Hamnet's
Okay,
depressing. It was a year for that.
okay, but having it, at least there was some resolution. At least there was like a
I
period
see.
piece. But Train Dreams, like, what was the whole point of the movie? This guy, okay, he worked so hard, he did all this shit, and his wife dies, his kid dies, and then his kid somebody comes to his house and runs away. What the fuck was that all about? And then in the end, he's like an old man, and he takes a ride on the plane, and he's like, "What is it? Was it for?" And I'm like, "What the fuck was it for, bro?" What is this, bro? Depressing as shit. I don't know. I just felt so bad, and I don't know, man. I hated that movie. I hated it.
I didn't know. Yeah, I guess that is the question. What is it for? I guess that's the point. Are we wasting our lives?
The
Maybe.
movie tells us we are wasting our lives for sure. I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck we're doing. Hmm. If you were to rate these Oscars, not in terms of entertainment value, but just the
Oh,
validity of the awards,
I
what would you give it?
I don't think it's been a very good year,
No, I'm gonna-
personally. I
mm.
uh I don't think we've had I think the last few have been pretty bad. Like let's think what won last year, right? Honora?
Yeah, I know I one.
And
Mike Baker.
how do you feel about that? Have you watched it since?
No.
See, I think that's how I think this is. I feel like we're like
Yeah.
we're like in this like at the time we're like, "Ooh, yeah, it's the one it's that's the best one." And then you look back on a year later and like, "Oh, was that the best one?"
Is
You
that the
know?
best one?
I think
Yeah.
even again, I said I love one bite after another. But
Yeah.
and I think it was the best one this year. I just think
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a great year.
Not a good year.
What
Yeah.
do you think?
I agree, bro. It's more TV shows are more like
Right.
prevalent. But dude, Dune, what do you okay, so next year, right? Okay, well
Yeah.
we got Dune, the third Dune. Do you feel like will it ever get the awards it deserves when it comes out? Like the first one didn't, the second one didn't.
Will it live up to those? What again? What if we missed the shot? Because it's got a new cinematographer. Because
Mm.
he's busy. What's his name? Frazier, Rick Frazier. I think is the cinematographer of the first two. He was busy shooting. What is he shooting?
What was it shooting? Oh,
Oh, he's doing the Beatles movies.
oh,
He's
really? Is
conflict.
that Danny Boyle?
Yes,
Danny
the
Boyle?
they're doing a trilogy of Beatles movies.
Oh,
So
really? Who's
he
the Danny Boyle directing?
they're
Gotcha.
focusing on. Is it three? No, sorry, it's four Beatles, isn't it? I guess they're doing four movies.
Four movies.
I don't know how that's working, but apparently he was so tied up with doing the Beatles that he's not back for doing three, which worries me a little. But no, I think who they have. They have somebody good, but I don't know if he's ever shot in the desert.
Would have been love to be on
Oh,
that set.
it's Linus Sandgren.
So what's his credits?
He did La La Land, which I don't love, but it's a pretty movie, and then he did No Time to Die, the James Bond.
James Bond movie.
Babylon.
Oh,
Okay, I did love Babylon, and so he's taken on Dune 3.
oh
And
wow.
I wonder also, like already, I've only read the first Dune book, so I actually have no idea what's going to happen in this next one. But I've heard some of the crazy stuff that happens in the book. Already, the first book has some pretty ridiculous stuff. Or, that I'm glad it's really hard to put on screen,
Yeah.
and Denis Villeneuve really shaped it in a way that was like palatable. The audiences
Yeah.
could understand and
But I
made
feel like he's
it
the
made it
man.
better.
He's the man. He's the
I feel
man,
like
man.
too, like I do think he'll make this work, but will how could it ever live up to what Dune 2?
But
I saw Dune 2 like 8 times in the cinema, man.
well, I saw it a couple times too. I saw it a
How
couple
could anything live up to that feeling?
and that did win the Oscars. So
No.
and also guess what's coming out too for the next Oscars? Christopher Nolan is coming for the next Oscars.
Yeah. Not only
So
that,
we
it's going
got
to be a
two
battle of John Williams versus Hans Zimmer because John Williams is doing Spielberg. The what's it called?
disclosure day. Disclosure day.
If again, that's assuming all these are even nominated.
Yeah.
It'll
Well,
be an interesting year.
the one thing that I kind of sad because Hans Zimmer was always doing music for Christopher Nolan. But
Yeah.
then when Christopher Nolan was shooting Oppenheimer, Hans Zimmer couldn't do it because he was shooting Dune.
Right.
And I didn't really, I felt the music in Oppenheimer was great, but it could have, I feel like Hans Zimmer has that magic touch, you know what I mean?
Especially with Nolan, yeah.
Especially with Nolan. So now the new Nolan movie doesn't have Hans Zimmer because Hans Zimmer is doing
Yep.
Dune again, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. But I think he's
So,
making the right choice because these Dune soundtracks are awesome.
epic, bro. Epic,
Every
bro. I
time.
know. Every
Every
time.
time. So that's standing the test of time where whether or not they get nominated or not, we're the fans are still out here singing these songs.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching Anora anymore, listening to that
No,
soundtrack, but we're still
no.
watching Dune, we're still listening to that.
So the next Oscars will be an interesting battle. We got Denis Villeneuve versus Christopher Nolan. I bet those two movies,
Let's
they
see.
have to be the top two
And
movies.
maybe Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, let's just wait. We'll talk about it later.